time for the incredibly hard part, and that's just putting the tube back in the tire and putting the tire back on and all that. So why don't we do this the easy way? Now that I got this tire fixed, I guess we can unhook this sprayer, and I guess it's time to hook up to the corn planter. It's supposed to rain, an inch of rain tomorrow, but that's what we got road cleaners for. We'll just run them through, clear all the mud out, put it straight into dry soil.
From Central City, Kentucky, the home of True Vine Farms, the one and only Farmer King.
Like I said earlier, just imagine, for now, we're just going to have to imagine the barn over across the pit there because we've yet to build one yet. So just keep imagining it, and maybe one day it'll actually happen. So one thing that I have not mentioned yet is I want to say thank you to Acres TV and Hefty. They ended up sending out 8 bags of their corn seed for us to plant this year, or for me to plant, because I went and picked up some more acres for our farm this year, and my father is letting me, I guess what you could call, the farm is paying for the acres to be farmed, but I'm managing it, as in I manage the land, I manage it financially. I see the actual numbers and what it takes, and basically if it makes money, I make money. If it loses money, it loses money. So this will be my first year, I guess what you could call quote unquote farming, even though I've been doing it for years now. This is the first time I'm actually held all the way responsible for a farm. So thank you to Hefty for sending out the seed for me to plant for the field, and then we're going to keep up with it all year long, and we're going to see how the Hefty compares to the decad corn that we're going to be planting on all of our other fields. It truly is a blessing to see how far that I've come. I've started this YouTube and Acres TV, and I've been doing this, making videos now for 2 years and posting on YouTube, so it is a true blessing from the Lord to see how far I've come from then, and to find that I'm somewhat, I consider myself somewhat talented at doing this. Maybe not, you guys may think I'm an idiot, but that is okay. But it is a blessing just to see how far I've come, and for the kids out there, when you're truly into something, stay committed, keep working hard, and make sure when you're working hard, you're working for a purpose and not just working hard, because anybody can work hard. I done worked so hard on cleaning this tractor and having the shiniest tractor out there, but then where does that get me in my business of farming? Yes, we should have clean equipment, but you get the point there, is make sure you work hard and work for a purpose, and anything is possible. And with the good Lord, it truly is a blessing to see where I've come to in the last couple years. Look at our new present that showed up here. If only it was our present. That would be nice if it was ours, but it looks expensive. But you know, our neighbor bought it, so maybe he'll pay for it then gift it to us, maybe something like that. And then in return for him gifting us the truck, we will put on his air cylinder, so that way he can come borrow it from us and his air cylinder will be on there. I think that sounds like a pretty good deal. But in reality, we are putting an air cylinder on here, so that way this tailgate back here has a cylinder that you can control from the cab to dump stuff. So that's what we're going to do for him. We have to get some instructions and read on how to do it and all that stuff, because you have to run air lines. And then what else do we have? Well, we brought the dozer home this morning. There was a school field trip out to our farm this morning for kids interested in ag. They came out and saw the farm and saw some tractors and the chicken houses and all that. So we did that, brought the dozer home, and then one of my dad's friends brought their pile of junk for us to come work on. Another horse trailer. Sorry, Stetson. I mean, it could, Stetson, it could use a little bit of paint. I think it used to be red because the paint's peeling up on top of the roof, and now it's black. I don't know. Anyways, in all reality, we're just looking over it for him, making sure it is well road ready. And then our backhoe over there beside the dozer, it's jacked way up on its side. We got the tube out of one of the tires right now, fixing it. I'm waiting on my father to come back to help me get the tire put back together. And what else do we have going on? Somebody should really close that door right there. Oh yes, another fun project we're gonna have. That's gonna be a pain. Our good old 12-foot bush hog. The only reason we own this thing is for the chicken houses, because we do have a 15-footer back wing that we use around the whole farm, and this thing is just for the chicken houses because our smaller tractors can pull it. But for whatever reason, that center gearbox with the center blades, it keeps throwing seals and bearings out, and it drops the whole blade and shaft and all that. And it did it last year and we never fixed it because it's at the end of the year and nobody wanted to fool with it. So now I guess it's time we fix it again because, you know, the grass is growing again. Oh, we can't forget our good old planter. We put some H2O in the tanks today, and we're supposed to take it out and calibrate our pump for all of our liquid fertilizer that's sitting right here. And then it also rained like almost 2 inches last night, so we're bored, we're unmotivated, but yet we still have a lot of stuff to do. This is going to be a major pain in the butt probably. You should have taken the extra time to take the wheel off. At least we know how to do it that way, because now this ain't going to work.
It'll work.
It's not going to work very well.
And this tire's in pretty bad shape on the bead, but we just want it to hold a little air. We don't use this thing very much, so if we start having a problem, I guess we'll have to buy used tires.
Don't you love when you just love to waste your time, you know, like spend 30-45 minutes on the tire and then you pinch the tube putting the tire back on? Not to mention the tire's a piece of crap anyways. Or, I'm sorry, the tire is very worn out and it needs to be replaced, but we use that backhoe like 3 times a year. So, do you justify replacing a tire that's going to cost a couple $100? And then you pretty much need to replace the other one too. So now you're in it $500-800 for new tires. Is it?
They're more than that.
What it'd be like, it's probably $500 a tire.
The problem is that the backhoe doesn't have enough power to pull new tires.
So we just decided that we'll suffer the loss with the tube, and hopefully next time when we put the tire on, we will not pinch the tube. Well, now I guess it's time we can begin some fun, and we can take the planter out, and my dad keeps saying we're going to calibrate it in the field, and I just keep thinking the field's planted, has 2 inches of rain on it since last night. So I'm sort of a little concerned on like what field he's actually talking about. So I guess we'll find out. I'm not completely aware of what he's supposed to be doing or where he's supposed to be at. I just know he told me low 4, and yeah, I don't know. We talked about the actual measurements earlier, but I guess he's gonna ride right there. So what we are doing is I could tell you that we are out testing our planter and getting all the liquid fertilizer and everything set up and running it in the ground, but what I'm really going to tell you is that we are fighting a losing battle with this thing. So you see all these red eyes? There's 6 red eyes per in-furrow fertilizer, and then there's also another 6 for our 2x2 fertilizer. So for the 2x2, each one of our little balls in here are supposed to float up to the 3 mark and ride even. Well, that's not the case because this is a mechanical pump with pistons, and if you know anything about pistons, you know it's pulsing. And then as far as this top run goes, only the Lord knows about that one because it's a mess. And it's one of those things, it's a little aggravating because this is the cheaper option. But then we have to have acres to justify buying the more expensive option. But then you also look at how much money we're spending to have this liquid fertilizer, and it's hard to get it right.
Well, this should work. That's why we're testing it now, because there's light plastic balls or heavy stainless steel ones, and that's what we did down here. Is even though we're using this splitter to even the flow, some of them are getting more flow, so these are lighter balls in the outside and heavier in the middle, and that evened our flow out, and so that's what we're doing up here.
And it's a real pain in the butt to get these balls out. You have to have a shop vac to suck them up, and then
or take it all apart, but we're going to use the shop vac.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope they enjoy it. Remember, faith, family, farm. See you in the next one.